Hey guys, welcome back to another Sunday live stream at Trace Trades. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click the link in the description so you could join the server and participate in these streams live because we do hold Q&A and some extra charting requests after. But to get right into the weekly watch list, first we have AMD, been consolidating nicely against this 102 level down here and has now, like recently in the past couple of days, held this 110 level. So if we go on the hourly, might be a little easier. So against this upper trend line here, I'm looking for us to come down, hold this 110 level, and then consolidate deeper into this corner before we break out. If we end up losing this 110 level, then I think it's a pretty straight shot down to 106. So definitely looking for this 110 short here, as well as if we do end up holding, consolidate for a bit, and break out, I'll be looking to go long and try to catch the move up to 114. Next on the list is Blink. It's been in a pretty far downtrend since around like November, December. It's starting to build a little bit of a base here. You could even make the argument this is a bit of a cup and handle here. Now we're going to break out. Already started to break out a little bit here, but really I do want to see the close over like 26, it looks like. Over 26, I think it looks like a much better trade to go long on and try to catch some of these moves to the upper, like, 28, 30, some of those upper levels there. Next we have Cat. Cat just printed this inside day here after bouncing back from this massive like drop that we had in the start of 2022. Very quick bounce back. This literally looks like a V. We might need a little bit of a consolidation in these upper levels, but I think this inside day pattern is just very strong. And once we break above like um, the 17th high, which is around 221, 222, I think it'll provide a good opportunity to go long, especially for a day trade. You see, we have HD started to hit against lows, but we got a higher low right here, and then broke this lower high. So now we have a higher high up there, and then we're also in this gap right here between the 338 and 345 levels. And I think that we should have a pretty easy time getting back up to that 345, knocking off the 50 SMA there. We probably will reject once we get up there, but I think the trade right now for like 5 points right here is very easy. Or if we take some time, consolidate back down, hold this 338 level, that's also like a pretty good dip buy because as you can see, like it's proven to be a pretty stubborn level in the past. Next we have Microsoft. Microsoft just looks like the strongest as far as like those big companies go. Like Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Google. Microsoft definitely looks like the strongest. Same sort of break as we're going to see on SPY and as you'll see on some of the other like heavily weighted S&P names. But Microsoft got back above 300, back above the 50, and broke this trend line all in the same day. If we could hold on this level, it looks very strong to continue back up to 310. Next we have Neo. Neo seems to be popping out of this channel that it's been in for a few months now, way back since December. There are reporting earnings this week too, so I think we could catch a nice little run up to earnings. Price targets the 50 SMA around like 23 is probably where it's going to end up at. But that's still a 15% move, a little less than a 15% move from where we are. So definitely looking to take advantage of some of that and try to catch a little bit of that move. This will probably also be a day trade. I'm going to save the Qs and SPY for last, and then next we have Tesla. Tesla, again, I talked about this break on Microsoft. A lot of the big names saw the same thing, just how the market was sort of consolidating. Tesla actually had an extra day over this break, and it reclaimed 900 and got back above the 50. This is very strong for Tesla, and if it can hold these levels, it should keep making that churn back up to 945. It would be the first sort of price target on this. It might require some consolidation because we are above the 8 EMA, pretty far extended from the 8 EMA actually. But as long as we keep relatively close to this 900 level, not going back below like 890 to 845, as long as we don't go back below there, I think Tesla looks pretty strong going into this week. And then lastly, we have XLU, which is just the utility sector ETF. I like this one because we had a little bit of an inside week here. And if we start making moves to the upper, like 72s, I think it could look a lot better because we have a lot of consolidation here. A break above like these 72s will also clear these all-time highs that we had back in 2020 pre-COVID. So I think it's building up very nicely to those highs and could see a solid break here. That's all for the individual names. But to get into the broad market, first we'll start with SPY. Landed right off of our 316 level down here and shot back above all these major MAs this week. Very, very beautiful weekly candle. That looks so nice. As far as the daily goes, we did reclaim the 50 SMA here and this 441 level on Friday. Got a little bit of a chop zone here, as you can see, like we kind of chopped around here in the past. Maybe not as bad as when we were at these lower levels down here, but it is a little bit of a chop zone. So if we see a little bit of a lesser move from SPY this week, I really won't be that surprised. Which is why like a lot of the individual names, like a lot of the ranges we were playing, were a little short because longer ranges are going to require more market backing. These shorter ranges that we're looking to play this week really don't. So yeah, really just going to watch out for the chop here. If we go back below this 441 level, that means we will have lost the 50 SMA as well, and we'll start looking at short setups again. SPY does have like a pretty big extension from the 8 EMA. Like 8 EMA is way down here, and SPY is way up here. So it is a little bit of a big extension there, but I think as long as we hold 441, wait for the MAs to catch up a little bit. Staying above the 50 would be ideal as well, but really just watching that 441 level. Probably will see a retest of it, and then, depending on how the market's looking, depending on some sentiment at the time, we might go along to try to catch the move up to 350. Because again, this weekly candle is absolutely beautiful. And then onto the Qs. Qs stalled at the 50 SMA on Friday, unfortunately, but we did get back above 350, which is a big deal. As you can see, like on March 3rd, like this sharp reject straight down to this like 325. So this is a pretty big level right here for us to hold. As long as we can hold that going into Monday, I think we'll be pretty solid for this week. As long as we open back above that level for the daily. And just to flip on the weekly real quick, same sort of thing. Like we dropped way down here to 320, bounced way back up, reclaimed most like the 4 and the 8, but still left the 13, the 20, and the 50 out there, which is unfortunate. The Qs do look a little weaker than SPY at the moment. So if we are going short again, if we start losing some of these levels on SPY and the Qs and some of these other names, the Qs short under 350 and that AMD short under 102, not 102, under 110 look great. That's all I have for the weekly watch list this week. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click on the link in the description so you can join the server and participate in the streams live. It costs absolutely nothing to attend. You do not have to be a premium member. You just have to show up. And then we do some nice Q&A and try and requests after.